I'm a full-time video editor. A lot of the times, my clients will ask me how long a video is going to take. I used to just panic and give them a deadline that didn't sound too long because the truth was I had no idea how long it was going to take. I knew if I asked for too much time, they'd probably get mad at me, fire me, and then cuss me out. So I was really desperate to find a way to estimate how long these projects would take. If I could figure that out, then I could also avoid having to work late to meet deadlines that I just invented. But how do you estimate a video timeline when you're working with different numbers of graphics, different lengths of footage, and different numbers of revisions? In this video, I'd like to show you how. I've been editing YouTube videos full-time for 2 years, and the projects I've worked on have accumulated over 12 million views. I decided to start solving this problem by breaking up the editing of a full video into different stages, different tasks. Then I tracked how long I spent on each of them. I thought maybe I could get an average time that I could use for my estimate. I learned that some tasks roughly always took the same amount of time, like audio correction or color correction. Some did not, like making graphics. One could take 5 minutes and another could take over an hour. So I couldn't really estimate well yet. I was able to break the video into little defined parts that were measured. This led to some predictability, except around graphics. So I decided to treat making graphics the same way I was treating editing a whole video. I tried to break it down into subtasks that could be predicted. I looked at the different graphics I was making, I broke them down into different types, and I measured my time for each type. I also got a little more analytical about it, but I'll try to keep it simple for this video. For each type of graphic, I looked at the number of steps or instructions that it would take to finish. If I had to show a screenshot, highlight some text, and point an arrow at it, I'd count that as 3 instructions. I tracked how many instructions each graphic had, as well as how long that graphic took. I figured out that the time it took to make a graphic correlated pretty tightly with the number of instructions describing it. I fit a curve to the data and used it to predict future graphic work, and it was accurate. With this system all put together, I was able to almost perfectly predict how long editing a video would take, until my client asked me to do something I hadn't done in months: rough cutting. For a while, the rough cutting had been done by someone else, but now it was my job for some new videos. I decided to take what I learned from the graphics and apply it again. I started tracking the rough cut time. I also introduced more variables: the original length, the final desired length, and the ratio between them. Lots of math. Like the graphics, I was able to make a formula that could accurately predict how long any rough cut would take me. You might be thinking that this sounds like too much work and it's overly complicated. And maybe it is. But it really helped me out around Thanksgiving. We were working on a video project and I really wanted to finish a draft before I went home for the holidays. My gut told me that I could probably get it done by the end of the week, maybe 3 days tops. But just to be safe, I loaded up what I had to get done into my new estimator. And it told me that the work required would actually take 8 days to get finished. By knowing this ahead of time, I didn't have to work late into the night right before vacation just to get everything done. I was able to tell my boss that I'd have to finish the video after the break, and it all worked out. I could end my workday at a normal time and then leave to go enjoy the vacation. They weren't mad, they didn't fire me, and I was able to finally relax at the end of the day. So that's how you can estimate how long your video editing project is going to take, and it's much better than just going with your gut. One thing I forgot to mention is you can also track your daily efficiency. So if you have an 8-hour workday and you only actually work fully focused for 6 hours, that'd be like 75% efficient. You can then apply that to whatever your estimator says. So if you know that doing audio correction takes about 1 hour with full focus, then you just apply that 75% to it and give yourself an extra, whatever the math on that would be, 20 minutes. I hope you have a nice day, and thanks so much for watching.